All right. So, good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to ECO 122 class tonight. I mean, this is our fourth class, if I'm not mistaken. And today is Saturday. All right. You know, we don't usually do this on Saturdays. Okay. But it happens to be that we're here and just have to let the ball rolling. And so tonight we're going to, we have some persons who are actually joining the class newly, and we intend to carry everybody along. So it's going to be more of people who has been in the class before now, all right, discussing, all right, talking to to all about what they have grabbed along the way and during the course of the class. And as well, we're going to talk about some things we haven't spoken in our last classes, and it promises to be a very interesting one. I hope to get our cooperation. I mean, the recorded version of this class will be posted on our YouTube platform. So for as many of us who couldn't catch up with the class, maybe had something doing at the time if the class is ongoing, you can always go back to the channel, and let's also do to subscribe to the channel. It's a new channel. Let's also do to subscribe, like, and share. All right, the content. So, Miss Debbie, you're going to be the center of focus for today's class.
Okay.
All right. So, Miss Debbie, are you there? Where is she?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Good, good. Please, you might need to speak a bit louder because I'm struggling to hear you. So, you have your notes, I believe. So, do you mind walking us through very quickly what you have in your notes, please? And I want you to take it as slow, steady as possible. I'm not having any other class. This is just the only class I'm having today, so there's no need to rush. We have all the time we can get to ourselves. All right. So we have all the time we can get. So just can you walk us through what you have in your notes very quickly as we proceed?
I'm having macroeconomic here. Then, as combination of two words, macro and the opposite of macro is micro. Then also have physiocrates. Then also have GNP
Okay.
and GDP.
Sorry to interrupt, please. Miss Debbie, do you mind talking a little bit clearly and loudly? Like, can you increase, all right, the volume? Okay, can you speak a little bit louder? And if you are saying something, do you mind, for example, if it's microeconomics now that you have in your notes, you have to tell us what you understand by microeconomics. All right? Do you understand what I'm expecting from you, Ma? If it's marketing you have, okay, I have marketing, and from what I have here, marketing is this, marketing is that. Okay, I have macroeconomic, and from what I have here, this is what macroeconomic is concerned with.
Okay, I was using AirPod before, so because of the noise, I don't know if you can still hear me clearly now.
It's better now. It's way better now. It's way better now. Please, you can proceed, Ma.
Is it much better now?
Yes, it's way better now.
I can't hear again.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Miss Debbie.
Hello.
Are you there? Yes, we can hear you, Miss Debbie. Okay, Miss Debbie, just end the call, or you can exit from the video chat and join back. Okay, Miss Debbie is gone. So Miss Rena, I used to need a noisy background. Joanna, are you still in noisy background?
I don't know if you can hear me. Just like
Yeah,
you're
I can
watching
hear you.
something on the laptop. That's it. Okay, sir.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You can mute yourself now. Miss Mary Ann, I think this is your first time joining the class. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Good evening, sir. Sir, it's not my first time.
I'm not sure I've seen you in any of the classes.
Sir, you see
Hello,
me,
hello.
me and Miss Regina all the time, always joining in the morning, once in a while.
Oh, okay. Is that you? Okay, Mary
Yes,
Ann.
that's me.
Okay. No, I don't want you to talk now. I don't want you and Miss Regina to talk now. Okay, Miss Debbie, are you there?
Yes, please, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's way better now.
Okay. So I have macroeconomy. Then it says this is combination of two words. Macro is when we have a view of something as large. The opposite of macro is micro, which is narrowing a subject to its barest minimum. Then what does microeconomy means? The first economist to use the term macro is Ragnar Frisch in
Okay.
1933.
Okay.
Then the word macro itself originated with the mercantilists. The mercantilists are people that we can refer to as nationalists. People who believe that nationalist economic policy is designed to maximize the imports of an economy. Then in the 16th and 17th.
You sound as if you are reciting what's in your note. Do you mind making it conversational?
What did you say?
I said it sounds as if you are reciting what is in your notes. Do you mind making it conversational, ma? We can all learn as you discuss.
I don't know.
Okay, just continue, ma.
I don't know.
Just continue, please. Continue.
Macroeconomy. What is macroeconomy? Macroeconomy studies the behavior of all aggregates of a country.
Okay.
So, which include
The
import.
macroeconomy.
What?
Continue, please.
Which include imports, exports, and individual. The macro was used in the 18th century by physiocrats to determine the circulation of wealth in their economy.
Okay.
Then land. Then I have land is a source of wealth. Yeah. Then in 19th century, macroeconomic problems were dealt with by Malthus, Sismondi, and Marx.
Do you want to take that again?
In 19th century, macroeconomic problems were dealt with by Malthus, Sismondi, and Marx.
Okay.
Then in 1929, General Theory of Income by John Maynard Keynes, and also the Great Depression in the history of America.
Okay.
All this happened in 1929.
All right.
And also the aggregates of macroeconomy are fiscal policy, monetary policy, economic growth, investments, and consumption.
Very well.
Then we move to GNP, which is gross national product.
Okay.
So here, macroeconomists study the behavior and performance of the economy as a whole. It is said to be the study of the big picture in the economy. Then macroeconomy studies the factors that influence the aggregate supply and demand. Then what are the goals of microeconomy? They are full employment, price
Okay.
stability, economic growth, balance of payments.
Hmm. Okay. Is that all you have?
Then no, then according to Keynes, full employment is a situation where everybody who wants to get work gets work.
Full employment. Yes, yes. Everybody
Yeah,
wants work, get work. Yeah. According to who?
Keynes.
Good. Please, you can continue, ma.
What?
Proceed, ma.
Okay. So according to Keynes, there are three conditions for employment, which are reduced real wage rates, increased effective demand, inelastic supply of output at level of employment.
Please take that again.
According to Keynes, there are three conditions for the employment, which are
Okay.
reduced real wage rates, increased effective demand at the level of
Okay.
employment,
All
uh,
right.
inelastic supply of output at the level of full employment. Is that right?
Okay. You're actually doing a great job. Okay. Just like as I asked earlier on, you said you've been doing some studying, which is okay. It's all good. But from my own end, I think you have a lot of miscellaneous. Should I use the word miscellaneous? Okay. But it's a good one anyway, because I realized that you have spoken a lot about macro and yet so little about micro. All right. And these two work hand in hand. All right. It would have been okay as you have said something about macroeconomy. All right. From there, you go straight into microeconomy, and you can take it up from there. You can start talking about the Keynesian theories and the likes. But do you have anything at all on microeconomy?
Yes, I know.
Okay. So do you mind walking us through that?
Yeah, okay. M- Um, what is microeconomy? Microeconomy is the study of individual economy units.
Okay.
Then, microeconomy is also the study of individual economy units, which has to do with individual income, price,
Okay.
and individual output. The central
Awesome.
problem of huh?
Awesome. Awesome.
The central problem of microeconomy is price determination and allocation of resources. And the
The
main
the
tools
center the central problem of microeconomy is what?
economy is price determination and allocation of resources.
Awesome. Awesome.
And the main tools in microeconomy are demand and supply.
Okay.
Microeconomy solves problem of what, how, and for whom to produce. And
Awesome.
also the equilibrium attainment of consumer, producer, or an industry.
Okay. I think we have a lot coming in from there. Okay. Now the thing about microeconomy that we just need to grab, all right, which you said already, all right, is what microeconomy is all about, and also their central problem. Okay, and I think that is okay. That is good. Just like we have macro that has to do with the aggregate. Okay, micro is a little bit niched down to individuals and households. Okay, so it's just about the concept, and that we can so that we can move with. Okay, so thank you very much. I think Miss Regina, are you there? Miss Regina, are you there, ma? Okay, I think maybe she's having issues with network as well. Okay, Miss Regina, can you hear me? Okay, Miss I think Miss Regina, maybe she's trying to talk. Okay, Miss Mary Ann, you have also been in the class. You've attended the classes. So, are you there? Can you hear me, Miss Mary?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Do you mind? Miss Debbie had said a lot. Okay. So, do you mind saying one or two things about, all right, maybe just adding to what she has said? All right. She hasn't spoken about money, all right, but she has spoken a lot about macro and microeconomy. All right. Do you also mind adding to what she has said, discussing what you have, all right, on macro and micro? Maybe Miss Regina can then talk about money before we talk about budget tonight.
Oh, okay, sir. Let me start with.
Okay.
Okay, can I start with economic growth?
Sure, you may, ma'am. Sure.
Okay, economic growth is defined as the process whereby the real per capita income of a country increases over a long period of time.
Okay. Do you mind speaking a little bit loud? Because I'm trying to grab one or two things from what we are saying.
Okay. I said, can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, I said economic growth is defined as the process whereby the real per capita income of a country increases over a long period of time.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. You may
Okay,
continue.
Okay, Marshall was the one that developed and perfected microeconomic as a method of economic analysis. So that was always hard to pronounce. You know, I said it the last time.
As a method of what?
Marshall was,
Analysis.
yes, analysis. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
So the name is Marshall.
yeah, Marshall.
Awesome. Okay. Please let's continue.
Why Keynes was the one that developed macro.
Okay. Okay.
So
Good.
I'm coming. Let me go back. Then we talked about macro and micro and macro, which is balance of no, not balance of payment, individual
You see why I
economic
used to
and
you see why I used to insist we should take the classes, because I need to know what we have back there. So now you can see why when Miss Debbie
no,
was
sir. I
taking her
have
own,
a
you
lot.
see the way she was just going pra like all these people that used to read
No,
10 o'clock news at
okay.
NTA.
No,
So
sir.
I
What
need
I'm
I need
confused about is that I did not write I think the subheading of this macro and micro, which is the
no, you
individual
don't
echo and
you,
aggregate of.
it's your notes. It's your
Oh,
notes.
okay,
You
okay.
know how to best structure your thing. The most important thing is that you are not missing out on anything. All right. And that's why I used to insist.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why Miss Regina has not joined yet, but that's why I used to insist that whenever we are taking down notes or whenever we are making our notes, let's always take a picture of that note and send to the group. All right, so that I can check and be sure that, okay, the way you structure your notes, is it going to does it look appealing, all right, to study? Because sometimes we take down notes, even us, what we are taking down, sometimes might not be able to comprehend. So there's even a way to note making. All right, but that's a story
Yeah.
for another day. Please continue, ma'am.
Okay. Balance of payment.
Okay.
The method by which countries measure all the international monetary transaction within a certain period.
Okay, that's for balance of payment.
Yeah. The macro. Sir, please, can I ask one question?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the one me and Miss Regina did that we talked about. I think I mentioned all the macro and she mentioned all the micro.
Yeah, she
The
did.
one that has, yeah. So I'm trying to like, I want to say something like that, but I don't know how to start with like the individual eco units and individual income price and output. I mean.
So, is that a question, or
Yeah, like
are you
no,
getting
it's a
mentioned?
question. I'm confused. Like the other day you explained, like you started it, then we finished it.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, it's better now.
Oh, okay. I said, the day we were doing class, you explained something, then you asked me to explain the macro. Why Miss Regina
Okay.
explained the micro, sorry.
Micro, yes, micro, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. So I should, I don't know if you
No, no, I'm
understand.
not being particular about what you should and what you should not explain. All right.
Yeah,
So far, we've talked about microeconomy, we've talked about macroeconomy, we've said a thing or two about disposable income, we've said a thing or two about GDP, we've said a thing or two about, the Keynesian general theory. All right, we said a thing or two about gross national product. Okay, we also said something about, we said something about GDP, we said something about the market value. All right, we said all these things. So I believe you have a thing or two in your notes. Okay, and I'm not being particular about what exactly you should talk about. I'm just being
Please,
general so far.
please, please,
Okay,
I'm sorry to interrupt. She said something about balance of payments. I don't think I have it in my notes. So I don't
okay,
mind if I can, if she
sure.
can talk about it again, so I can put it down.
Definitely, that's why we are here. That's why we are here, and that's why I said she should take us through our notes, just like some other person will also do. So, Miss Mary Ann, are you still there?
yes, I'm here.
Okay, so you don't have to get anything confused. All right, I'm not saying give
Okay,
us
okay,
everything you have. I'm just saying just walk us through what we can get from you. Make your own
okay.
contribution,
Please,
and just like you just
okay.
okay.
Please, balance of payments is under which topic?
We that was a question from Miss Debbie, right?
Yes.
Okay, just a quick one to that. We really do not follow a material kind of thing. All right, it could be from any part of from the material, but definitely it's from the material. But we don't most time follow the unit
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
I'm just saying, I know, just like inside the notes, like, is it macroeconomy or she just mentioned it, so I'm thinking it's under,
randomly,
um,
right? Yeah, she
yeah,
just picked out randomly. Yeah.
okay.
So if you want to
By
check the notes, you can just go on the soft copy and do a Control F to bring it out for you. Is that okay?
Well, what did you
but the
say?
day I jotted it down was the day we're talking about micro and macro economics.
I know it's going to be in between these two, but it's not a topic on its own. All right, it's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
subtopic under micro and macro economy
Yeah,
because
that's
the
what
whole
she's
of that
asking
material,
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yes, that when did
Okay.
they is it which under which topic?
Okay. That should be under. It should be in between or after macro economy.
Yeah.
Because when we talk about balance of payment now, it's more of general, not micro now. Micro is more of the niche down, all right, niche down economic part. But the macro is where we have the balance of payment, all right. So it should be under the macro economy. Is your question
Okay.
answered, Mark?
Yes, answered.
Okay. Is Miss Mary? Miss Marianne, you can continue.
Okay. So micro and macro, I think divide they have seven star.
Are you having
Can you hear
issues?
me? Yes, you've
Yes.
not answered my question.
Okay. Which is
We do have light. I could have go on live so that you see what I'm trying to talk about.
okay.
Okay. You remember you asked a question that morning, me and Miss Regina, we should explain somebody should explain macro and micro. One the other one should explain macro. So I'm
Okay.
kind of like confused. The one that has aggregate of economic as a whole, aggregate, then the other one we talked about
That's macro.
um
Aggregate
yes,
is
I
macro.
know. Like I don't know how to is I think it's divided into two. Micro and macro has I'm trying to put it down because when you said something like that, you did not say, okay, I think it's divided into two or something like that.
Okay, now let me explain to you, ma.
I understand what
When we,
she's trying to ask about
okay,
the
please,
aggregates
if you
of the
understand what she's
economy.
trying to ask, please can you please help me
Please
explain because
explain.
I'm
No.
not sure I'm getting what she's asking.
Mhm.
Please,
Um,
can you
um,
help explain to her?
yes. Macroeconomy, this is the aggregates of the economy as a whole, like the economy as a whole. But microeconomy is the study of individual economic units. This has to do with individual, while macroeconomy has to do with the
No.
whole economy. Do you get
Yeah.
it? So
No,
Is that
I
the
and
question you're
understand
asking?
that part. No. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So
no,
what's the
okay, it's fine.
question?
Let me just talk about all the macro. It's fine. I understand now.
Wait,
So
Miss
macro,
Miss Miss Marianne,
yes,
you need
sir.
to understand. You need to understand that just like I used to say, it's all about the concept. Okay, when
Okay.
you get the
Yeah.
concept, you know how to do your posting. In accounting, we do posting. All right,
Yeah.
posting it can be the most difficult thing to do if you don't know where to place. All right, what you
Yeah.
want to post. All right, but if you realize, if you understand the concept, then the posting will never be a problem. When we talk about macro, I keep saying anything that has to do with more than an individual and an household or a household, I mean to say, is no longer micro. Micro from the word micro, like microeconomic from the word micro. And when we say micro, we have this micro SIM card, we have this memory card that are small, like small chips. All right. And it's basically talking about just a small group understanding the economic activity of a small group, all right, of an individual of a household. Let's not forget it is the household that makes up the entire community and the entire country. Right? But now, if you are talking about economic activity on the level of individuals and household, then we're talking about micro. You cannot be talking about what was the balance of payment, right? Or what was it she said? You can't be talking about balance of payment. I am talking about an individual. It's not possible. It has to do with the general economic activity before you can even talk about balance of payments. Or when you are hearing aggregate economic activities, then you know that it's no longer when you are saying the aggregate now, it has to do with this person's economic activity, that person's own, that person's own, that person's own. And now we are having aggregates. So under macro now, we are having full employment. we're having price stability, we're having economic growth, and we're having balance of payments. All right, those are the 4 basic goals of macroeconomy. All right, so niching down, we're talking about micro. All right, but generally speaking, now we're talking about macro. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question or I've raised more questions.
Oh, it's fine, sir. Let me continue.
No, is it a matter of it's fine or
No,
you have
no, no,
answered the
it's fine. No,
question?
I understand now. I understand.
Glory be to God. So you can continue, ma.
Okay, macro one. Okay, macro one, aggregate of the economic as a whole. Two, aggregate, which is national income, national price, and national output. Then determination of level of income and employment, and also main tools, aggregate
Okay.
demand and aggregate supply, then solve
Okay. Now
problems,
you are
full
hearing
employment.
aggregate, aggregate. Now we are hearing
Yeah,
aggregate. They are not longer talking about micro. We're talking about
yeah,
macro. Good.
yes, sir. Then solve problem, full employment of resources, and also equilibrium, which is
Okay.
income level of equilibrium level of income employment of the economic,
Okay.
and major determination, which is income. Why micro is individual economic units, then individual income, price, and output.
Okay.
Then
Now we're
central
hearing
problem.
individual. We're hearing
Yeah,
individuals. Now it's no longer aggregate now. It's no
yeah,
longer firms. It's not individuals, household. Okay.
yeah. Central problem, price demand, price and
Okay.
determination, allocation of resources. Main
Okay.
tools are demand and supplies. Then
If it was
solve
macro, now you're hearing
problems.
aggregate demand, you're hearing aggregate supply. If it was macro,
Yeah, solve problems. What, how, and whom to problems.
okay.
Then okay, equilibrium attainment of individual producer and industry. Then
Okay.
major determination determinant problem, which is price.
Price. Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You have also contributed well. Thank you very much. You can please um, mute yourself, or if you're not in a noisy background, you can just leave it on mute, unmuted. Miss Regina, are you there? Can you hear us now, Miss Regina? Miss Regina, are you there? Okay. Miss Regina, can you hear us? What's wrong with your network this night? This network better cooperate with you. Okay. Hopefully you can you hear us, ma?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, Miss Mariana said a lot. Miss Debbie has also said a lot about micro and macro economy. All right, but nobody has said much about money. All right, nobody has said much about GDP or um, disposable income. All right, or savings or investment. Nobody has said anything about all this. So I would like you to please, nobody has said anything about consumption. All right. And these are the things we've taken. Nobody has said anything about average propensity to consume, marginal propensity to consume. All right. Nobody has said anything about these things. And we all have taken this thing in the class. We talked about determinant of savings. All right. We've talked about what saving itself is all about, investments, the components of investments, and the determinants of investments. All right. So a lot of things has not been discussed, a lot of things have not been touched, and thank God now that you are reachable and you can make contributions. So please, you have the floor. Can you walk us
Hello.
through? Yes, can you hear us, ma?
Can hear you.
So please, ma, you have the floor. Can you walk us through maybe a little bit of what they've said and more of what has not been touched? You have the floor, ma.
Let me just try. Pardon with me, I'm tired, but I will just try.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, ma.
Okay, let me go for gross domestic produce. This is the summation of all values of goods, services produced in a country by the national and non-national. Can you
Okay.
hear me, sir?
That is for what, ma?
That's a gross domestic produce.
Okay. Gross domestic produce. Okay.
Yeah, is the summation of all values of goods, services produced in a country by the national and non-national.
Awesome. Non-national in the sense that even foreigners in that land or foreigners in that country, they are
Okay,
included.
okay, okay. GDP does not include income and property earnings of the nations abroad.
Good. Meaning that if a Nigerian is here, all right, if a Nigerian travels abroad, all right, if we are doing our GDP calculation here, even though he's a Nigerian, his economic activity will not be observed because he is not in Nigeria at that moment. Are we
Okay,
together?
sir.
Even though
Yes,
he's a
sir.
Nigerian, just like the other one she made mention of, that some foreigners in Nigeria, their economic activity will be considered. But when we talk about the GDP now, then we are talking about even though you are not in Nigeria, you're a Nigerian abroad, your economic activity will not be acknowledged. Okay.
Okay. The second one, define goods and services produced in a country in a given period of time.
Which is
A part of the GDP
okay.
that the final goods and services produced in a country in a given period of time.
Final is the word. Final goods and services. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Okay. So things that are not included in GDP,
Okay.
goods and services that has no market values.
Value. Perfect.
Yes.
Good and services that has no
Transaction
market value. Great. Please
transactions that
continue.
does not arise in the current year.
Okay.
Transfer payment,
Okay.
income earned illegal.
Income earned illegally.
Hello, are you still
Yes.
with me, sir? Income earned illegal, i.e., for example, smuggling of drugs, trafficking, prostitution, activities in the black market. All those things are not included in the GDP.
Perfect.
Products that are produced outside the country, that's foreign products.
Okay.
Okay, let me move to gross national products.
Okay.
Said this is the market value of all goods and services produced by all nationals, that's citizens of a given country, irrespective of whether they reside home or abroad.
Broad. Perfect. Can you take that again, ma?
Gross national products.
Miss Debbie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, I said this is the market value of all goods and services produced by all nationals,
Okay.
citizens of a
Awesome.
given country, irrespective of whether they reside home or abroad.
Perfect.
GNP gives account of three components. Number one, income or output of citizens residing in a country. Income or output of citizens of a country residing abroad.
Perfect.
It excludes the income or output residents in domestic countries.
Okay.
Net factor. This is the income of foreigners while in local. I didn't get that place very well.
Okay. What did you call it again?
This is the income of foreigners while in local.
That is net what, ma?
Net factor.
Okay. Net factor.
Yes. Can you help me with that, sir, so that I
Sure.
complete?
I'm on it, ma. So I'll just try to type down one or two things we are saying. Okay. Okay. From what I can see here, ma, can you please take that again? So I'm finding it difficult to share
Net
with.
factor. This is the income of foreigners. Complete the remaining ones, sir.
Okay. I'm not sure the net factor you are saying is correct, ma. I think there's something missing, but I'll figure that out very quickly. You can continue with the rest, ma. I'll figure that out while you continue with that.
Formula for getting gross national products is GNP is equal to GDP plus NF. Gross domestic products plus net factor. We now get our GNP.
Okay.
DI, domestic income. To get our domestic income, net income minus net factor. Get our domestic income.
Okay.
Am I in order, sir?
Yes, continue, ma.
Okay. Personal income. This is the total income received by individual before it is subjected to direct tax.
Okay.
Can I proceed?
Yes, please.
Per capita income. Per capita income is the ratio of a country's income with population.
Okay.
The formula: national income divided by ZTP. I can't get that one.
Ma, the net factor you talked about.
Yes, sir.
Let me take you back to what net factor is all about.
Okay,
right?
sir. Yes,
Now,
sir.
it's under GDP. Are we together?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
when we talk about gross national product, all right, we say it is the market value of all goods and services produced by all the nations, meaning that all the nationals, all right, of a given country. These nationals, irrespective of whether you are a native or not. Now, then we said GMP therefore takes account of three components, which are: one, income or output, all right, of citizens of a country residing in that country. That's one. Then we said two, income or output or citizens residing abroad. Now, factor income from the rest of the world. Income or output of citizens residing abroad. That is the second thing. Then the third one is what excludes the income or output of foreigners residing in the domestic country. That is factor income to the rest of the world. Are we together?
Yes,
Then we have income to the rest of the world is termed net factor income from abroad, which I have as NF. Is that what you were looking for the other time?
Yes.
Income to the rest of the world is termed net factor income. That's NF from abroad. All right. And we say GDP is what? GDP equals GDP plus NF. That's GNP, I beg your pardon. Gross national product equals GDP, gross domestic produce, plus net factor. And we say net factor is income to the rest of the world. All right, income to the rest of the world. That's how we get our GNP. When we add our GDP, gross domestic product, plus net factor. All right, and we have GNP includes the value of total output of a country. That's what the GNP stands for. All right, are we good to go?
Do you say national factor is net factor rather is income to the rest of the world?
Now, net factor, all right, is said to be income, all right, from the rest of the world, meaning that an income that comes from outside the circumference of a country. Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Miss Rena, Miss Esther, Miss Mary, are we all on the same page? Are we all on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Now let's proceed. Miss Regina, do you still want to continue, or I think you want to take a rest?
I want to take a rest.
Okay, ma. That's fine. You really tried. Thank you very much, ma. Miss Esther, I believe it's not your first time on this stream. So, do you mind giving us your own contribution as well? Miss Esther, unmute yourself, please. Miss Esther, are you there?
Yes, sir. Please, I'm coming. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Please. Good evening, Miss Esther. You can unmute yourself, please. Let's have your contribution. So I think you can draw your. You should take your bearing from. Okay, maybe you can still talk about disposable and personal income, if you wish to, and you can also take your bearing from the history of money, consumption, savings, and investment. Okay.
All right, sir.
You have the floor, ma'am.
All right. I'll be talking on history of money and banking system.
Okay.
Right, sir. He said that money is general anything accepted as a medium of exchange. Any item legally backed up as a medium of exchange.
Okay.
And you said that there is better system. Barter
Excuse me,
system,
please.
sorry.
Excuse me, please.
Barter system.
Miss Esther,
I'm with you.
please, can you
I'm
not
coming.
say I said? Can you say what I
Okay.
have in my notes?
Okay. All right, sir.
You are the one. You are the
All
one
right.
teaching us now. So you are the one in charge. Don't
Oh.
say I
Oh.
said. You are the one in charge now.
All right, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. Proceed. It's fine, ma.
Okay. With what I have on my notes here, it said barter
Okay.
system is a
Okay.
system whereby exchanging of goods for goods and services for
Oh,
services.
services. Yes, perfect.
Yeah, you know,
And what was the major
according,
issue? What was the major issue with that system? There was one
major
major.
issue.
There is just one major issue for that barter system that couldn't make it last forever. The major
Hey, sir, please
challenge.
draw my attention to it, sir.
Okay, is there anybody who wants to help with that? The major issue of the barter system.
Please give me pen.
Miss Regina, Miss Mary. If I want to call anybody, those are people I'll call them because I know this is
Okay,
class.
sir.
Miss
Okay,
Rena.
sorry, sir. Hello,
Yes,
sir.
ma. Yes, ma.
Is it problems of barter system?
The major problem. There are
The
problems, but
major.
there's a major one.
Okay.
Miss Rena, are you there? That's our economics major. Miss Rena, can you hear me? Our economic major. Okay, I think she can hear us. Miss Regina, are you there? Please, nobody, don't, you should not keep me mute. This is a discussion. It's a discussion. We are having discussion tonight, so I expect us to not even mute ourselves. Miss Miss Marianne, are you there? Okay, Miss Esther. So let me just say it. Since everybody now is muted. Let me just go ahead. The major issue with the barter system is the problem of double coincidence of wants. Are you with me?
Of wants.
Yes, that is the major problem. Now, what does that mean? What does that double coincidence of wants mean? It simply means that, for example, if I have rice and I want beans, you have beans, and I come to you, you have beans, but you don't want my rice. You have rice enough. All right, and you are the only one that have beans in the society. And what you want is goat. I don't have goat, and even the goat sef, you don't want a full goat. You want half goat. So how do I do it? That is the major problem. Apart from problem of storage, measurements, and mobility, the major problem of barter system is the double coincidence of want. All right, looking for.
Please, what do you call it?
What did I call what, ma?
Double coincidence of want.
Double coincidence of one.
Yes,
Yes.
want.
Want.
Okay.
WANT. Yes. Yes.
All right, it's simply talking about looking for who wants what you have. All right, that might be a very serious thing, but money came and solved the whole thing. You don't have to want what I have. So far I have money. Everybody wants money. The money can make trade good as possible. All right, so you can continue, ma.
All right. In addition to other problems, we have money. You said that money can be referred as barter system. When we talk about commodity of money, there was a weight called shekel.
Okay.
Yes, okay. So
That's the weight for.
Sir?
Do you mind taking that again?
All right. So money can be referred as a barter system when we talk about commodity of money, there was a weight called shekel.
Okay.
The first usage of commodity of money, which is 3,000 years, was used by Mesopot. Sorry, sir. Please pronounce the word Mesopotamian or something.
How sure are you about that at the page you have, man? That should be Mesopotamia or
Yes, sir.
Mesopotamia. Let me check.
Mesopotamian.
Okay. Just continue. I'll draw your attention if I
Okay.
once I get there.
That is 3000 BC, before Christ.
Before
AD.
Christ.
Before Christ, AD.
Means, yeah.
AD.
And AD means what?
Anomy.
It's Esther. Unknown Domini. It's not an English word.
It's the way I wrote it. Okay, Anom
It's the way you
Domini. I
spelled
stressed it.
That's ANNO.
Okay. No, sorry, that's not me. I wrote. Okay, I'll correct it now.
Unknown Domini. Domini. Unknown.
Okay.
Domini. You can maybe after this class, you can just go to Google and just type it. It's not an English word actually. It's a Roman word or something. Just use your Google to check for the correct spelling. You never can tell. You might be asked to spell it in the exam. So just like I used to say, get prepared for the worst. You already know what it means. Also know the correct spelling. So please continue, man. And Mesopotamia is spelled Mesopotamia. Mesopo.
M what?
MESO.
Okay.
POTAMIA. Mesopotamia. You can continue, please.
Is after Christ. Then commodity of money came.
Commodity
gold.
Money, not commodity of money, ma. Commodity money. It's another kind of money too, ma.
Commodity money.
Yes, ma.
Commodity money came gold and coins.
After commodity money came gold and coins. Yes.
According to Herodotus. Hey, Jesus. Herodotus.
I think I need to follow this. Continue, ma. I will draw your attention to
it. Herodotus. The first people to use gold and coins are the Lydians.
Okay, now the Herodotus is spelled like Herodotus.
Shit. Okay, sir.
Herodotus. Herodotus. All right, and the Lydians were the first people to introduce the use of gold and silver, and the Lydians, all right, is spelled Lydians. Lydians. Okay, so you may proceed, ma'am.
Lydins. Sorry.
Lydins.
Okay.
Miss Debbie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, are we on the same page or you have left us?
You're on the same page.
Okay, good. Please, Miss Esther, you have the floor.
Okay, sir. First minted coins, 600 to 650 BC.
Was
No,
around
no. First stamped
Terms.
first stamped coins were minted. Minted in the sense that they were produced, they were made available. All right.
Yes.
First stamped
what I have here in
coin.
my notes was also is also the
Minted
first minted coin was
coin.
around 650 to 600 BC.
I don't know how that managed to have happened, but the correct thing is the first stamped coins. You know, when we say minted
First
now, we are talking,
stamped coins.
yes, were minted around 6,500 to 600 years before Christ.
Is it 6,500?
650 to 600 years
Okay,
before Christ.
okay.
650 to 600.
The first stamped coins were minted around 650 to 600 BC.
Perfect. So please, Miss Esther, you can continue.
All right, sir. Representative of money. Depositors of gold and silver were given a receipt.
Sorry to interrupt. There's nothing like representative of money. It's called representative money.
Yeah, representative money.
Not
Representative
of
money.
Yes, please.
Okay. Depositors of gold and silver were given a receipt, which is redeemed for their deposit.
Redeemable.
I did not put able. Okay, sir.
Okay, please put able now.
I've done that.
Thank you.
For their deposit.
Yes. Meaning that when they come and submit their gold for safekeeping, they are given a receipt. All right. So that, and that receipt is convertible into money, because those goldsmiths, there are very few of them around, and very few of them are legit and they are trusted. So that receipt you are giving for the safekeeping of your gold is equivalent to the value of your gold. So you don't want to misplace that receipt. All right. So that receipt now is standing in place as a representative for your gold. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please continue.
Paper money. First used in China during the Song dynasty is referred as
during the Song dynasty. Okay.
That name.
Yeah.
Referred as Jiaozi.
Wait, man, wait. You're not so good with name. I'm not so good with name. It's okay. But have you corrected the Song dynasty? The dynasty is spelled
DYNASTY. STY.
Yes.
Yeah.
DYNASTY. Dynasty.
Okay. As refer as.
Are we good to go?
Yes, sir. It's referred as Jose.
So we have paper money. All right. Now let me help you. Let me help you on this. If you have words, you have issues pronouncing. It happens to me too a lot. You know what I do? I split those words into two. Now I hope you can see the board. Let me manage this on that part. The word is yeah. That's the word, right?
I can't see it clearly, sir.
Yeah, Ozzy.
You can't see it clearly.
I can't see the board. Yeah.
Miss Debbie, can you see the board?
No, not clearly too.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's okay. I might not be able to move my ring lights. I don't want to scatter the whole thing. Now, the word is Jiaozi. That's Jiaozi. All right. So to pronounce
Is the word together?
yes, together.
Put it separate.
Or do you have something else to say about that?
No. I thought it is Gia then Ozi. So I think it is just first name and surname before.
Okay. But what I have here, the word is actually together. Okay. Continue. Just give me a moment. I will confirm that sometime our material can be funny. But Miss Esther, please just continue and let me find out quickly.
In the 13th century, paper money became known in Europe, and this was made possible through travelers Marco Polo and William of Rubu. That name. Sorry?
Rubrock. I pronounce it as Rubrock.
Robrock.
Robrock. Sir. Their name is wonderful.
Is it not you? I think it is Rubruck. I have wrong name. Please, what's the correct spelling, sir?
Please just help us with this.
Okay, now the Jiaozi is together. It's not separate. I just confirmed that. That's what the Chinese people call paper money. Jiaozi. Okay. So that is settled. So please continue, ma'am. Miss Esther, where are you now?
There is a name that we are finding difficult here, sir.
You are finding my name. Did you?
No, your name.
Okay, which name?
The Marco Polo and William of Robrock.
Yes, perfect. Robrock.
Okay. Please spell that Robrock.
R-U-B-R.
Yeah.
R-U-B-R-U-C-K.
R-U-B-R-U-C-K.
That's what I have here too.
Rubrock. Because if you say
not Rubrock.
Rubrock. Okay, Mr. Jolas is here now. It's good to have you, sir. You know, if we say rude now, we have R-U-D-E.
Yeah.
So let's remove the D-E and let's
put the brock.
So now that's called Rubrock. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Thank you, ma. So, Miss Esther, you can continue.
Okay, sir. There's this one here, FIOT. He said it's a currency after World War II.
You didn't want to make an attempt now. You're now spelling out the name.
The names, Fiat or something. Fiat. I don't know. FIOT. It's a currency after World War II.
Sir, please, is it Marco Polo or Marco Poli? Because someone said Marco Poli, and what I have is Marco Polo.
It's Marco Polo. It doesn't even have a t-shirt set. Marco Polo.
Okay,
I think Mr. Jola has already answered that. It's Marco Polo, and it's spelled separately. We have the Marco and we have the Polo.
We have the Polo.
Yes, thank you. So
that
please
is
continue.
Fiat currency.
Okay.
After World War II.
All right.
Suspension of USA dollar into gold in 1971.
What happened to Bretton Woods Conference?
I didn't have that one on my notes, sir.
Okay, now after the World War II, at the conference, Bretton Woods, all right, most countries adopted the currency called fiat currency.
Fiat currency.
Yeah, perfect.
Fiat currency.
Good. All right, that were fixed to US dollars. Okay, fiat currency. All right, after the World War II, right, is one currency that most countries adopted as money. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So continue, ma.
Okay. Characteristics of money, sir. Number one,
Okay.
acceptability. Go
What
and close that
about
door.
1971?
Yeah, yes, that is when the suspension of US
Suspension of
dollar
US
into gold,
dollar into gold.
1971.
Good. Please don't jump. If you have it, don't jump it. You don't know, maybe that is the one mark that will make somebody enter C. Please don't jump it.
All right.
So thank you very much, Miss Esther. You've spoken a lot. I think you've tried. Mr. Dwellers, are you there?
Mr. Joel, yeah, I don't have so much to tell you about this one, but if I had to start from the beginning, because I did not follow up so much on this the history of money.
Okay.
It was meant to. We were meant to know that in the beginning, it was this barter. Because I'm not having any notes here. It was this barter trade that people were dealing on this barter trade, and after some certain time, because of the difficulties of people getting other people. If you have some tubers of yam that you want to sell, maybe you have tubers of yam, and the other guy is having goat. So to exchange these things become a bit difficult for them to manage. And then after that, then the people now realize that they can exchange it with these coins and that
commodity money.
Yeah, commodity money. So when they started with the commodity money, from the commodity money, they get to the stage where they have to start using this silver and gold. When they start using the silver and gold, then it becomes a bit difficult for them to carry the gold, because the gold is too heavy for them to transport if you want to buy gold. And people decide to start depositing their gold in bank. As you deposit your gold in bank, you get a receipt from this deposit you make in the bank. And then because from this receipt, they try to value this receipt,
as gold itself.
Yeah. So this receipt is that if you have, for example, 20 pounds, let's say 20 kilo of gold, or let's say 1 kilo of gold, it has its worth in this receipt that you get. So from there, they develop when the US start controlling they now change the receipt to US, like I can remember. Then when they changed the receipt to US dollar, it was then that everybody now have to adopt the US dollar. So they were US dollar to rate every country currency. Then they were using the US to rate every country currency. But me, I think personally that then it was more of the world financial system was more stabilized, because they have something that is really backing them up. Until this 1971 or something like that, that the US the US pulled their currency. The US did not head to the contrary arrangement that they had in the beginning, that they have to, so US deviated from this arrangement. So they pulled off their currency, and so every country have to now bounce back to their own fiat currency. Yeah. This fiat currency now becomes a problem, because your country, your money has value only in the territory of your country. So it doesn't have value but people now start even, it becomes difficult for them to, manage some countries that
trades.
Yes, it becomes difficult for them to manage international trade. So people still fall back to value their money with the US dollar. So, and this is one of the reasons that the whole world today, people value their money with US dollar, because it's what they are used to before. and it's still going on like that, you know. So that is much I can give about this, the history of money.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a very comprehensive one. Thank you for that, Mr. Chuelas. Miss Rena, are you still in noisy background as you said earlier? I think you are the only person who have not contributed.
No, sir.
Okay, so you can talk to us about maybe you can talk about maybe functions of money or characteristics of money or savings and investments or the motives of holding money.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So, I think someone said something about characteristics of money.
Okay. Nobody
I was
has
about
sent
to
anything
start, so I
particular.
can just continue from there.
Okay, that's fine. So you have the floor, Miss Rena.
Okay, characteristics of money. One, we have acceptability.
Okay.
We have homogeneity. Did I go on?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Acceptability, homogeneity, portability, and stable in value.
So when we say acceptability, what are we talking about?
It means that money is acceptable anywhere.
Generally accepted. All right.
Yes.
As a medium of exchange. Okay. Okay, please proceed.
Okay, for the importance of money, we have
Okay.
Excuse me,
used.
I have something to add to this acceptability. Sorry if I'm just
Please go
trying
ahead,
to
sir.
pump it. So, what I have to add to this more acceptability is that it says that acceptability, that it says that anytime the money is offered, you know, it has to be accepted immediately without question.
Okay.
In exchange of goods and services,
Services.
it must have full legal backing, and the citizen must accept them for exchange. So that is what I have to add to it. Thank you.
Good. You know, in line with what Mr. Jola just said, before anything is called money, all right, it has to be generally accepted first. All right. Then it also has to be what? A legal tender. And when we say something is a legal tender, that means it is backed by the legislative or by the legislature, all right, or by the law. It is in the constitution of that country that this tender is legal. All right. So you have the floor, Ms. Rena.
Okay. Should I talk about types of money?
You are still on characteristics. You have only mentioned homogeneity and acceptability, and you have not explained. You've not talked about divisibility. You've not talked about portability. You've not talked about the stable
I
in
only
value.
wrote four.
But you just
Acceptability,
mentioned two.
homogeneity, stable in value, and portability.
Okay, do you mind explaining
Portability
to us?
means like you can easily carry it about.
Okay, that's the portability.
You can have it in a bank or in your pocket and can easily access it.
Unlike the days whereby we have gold and coins, those ones are not easy to move around. And if you're even moving around with coins, it's noisy and it's kind of heavy. Okay? Continue, please.
So I'll explain the one I can. Stable in value. I have an idea of that one.
Okay, what about stable in value?
I
So you don't
think
have any idea about that?
maybe the value of money does not change or something.
Definitely it changes, but it's all about the timing. It's all about the timing. All right. There was a time whereby our 1 naira is better than $1 of the United States of America. All right. But now their $1 is nothing. Their $1 is almost our highest denomination now. If not even, I think it's even more now because it's 1,000 for something naira for $1. Just like we saying 1 naira to Nigerian to American US dollar. There was a time whereby money was that valuable. All right. So now, stable in value, it does not mean that it will be like that forever. It doesn't mean that money will maintain its value. It will be stable in that particular value forever. But the time, all right, it must stay in value for quite a long period of time. All right, or a reasonable period of time. Okay.
And it must stand as a guarantor of payment. You know, so it must,
I didn't get that, sir.
He said money must be relatively stable over time to command respect and acceptability to serve as a man of guaranteeing when you're paying something, when you're paying for more, people should be assured of that what you're giving as money, and it shouldn't be
Please, we
represent.
can't hear you, sir.
Am I the only one expressing this? I can't really hear you well, Mr. Jewelers.
You're not hearing me?
Yes.
We can hear you, but it's breaking.
Are you hearing me now?
I think it's better now.
It's better. Okay, I'm sorry for that. So what I'm trying to say is that my volume is too low. Let me put it high. So can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better now.
So what he's saying is that this money in the stable in value. He says that,
stable in value.
Yeah. He said money must be relatively stable over time to command respect and acceptability. So some means of I don't know,
deferred payment.
Deferred payment. Deferred payment means so that people can accept it to be kind of to guarantee what is being paid for.
Okay.
This deferred payment.
Yeah, from the word deferred, all right?
Yeah.
Like you're paying instrumentally or something.
Yeah. So that it shouldn't lose if it stays like
value.
It doesn't lose, and people will not lose confidence on that money. They don't lose it. It will have the people will value it, and they will use it as they can use it to tender for goods and services and for exchange. Thank you.
You're most welcome. All right, so we have that as that. So tonight we are supposed to, Miss Regina, are you still there?
Please, can you put more light into what Mr. Jola said? Because it's breaking and I can't really hear what he said very well. But I think he's making a point right there.
Okay, so in line with what Mr. Jelas just said, all right, we are about the store of value. We're talking about the function of money, and we say money serve as what? Now, combination of two words, all right, with the connective of. Now, these two words are store, all right, value. Okay, now, what does it mean to store value? How does money, how does the value of money, how is it being stored? Now, we now explain that. Is it store of value level? Yeah. Okay, I think just a moment. Stable in value is what we are talking about, and not store of value. It has to be stable in value. All right. Now, what do we say by stable in value? Money cannot be unstable in the sense that, for example, if I have goods today, I bought goods of 5,000 naira, all right, and you come to me, you say you want to make instrumental payment or payment in installments. The price at which I bought these goods is 5,000 naira. Let me say I bought it 4,005 per unit, and I'm selling at the rate of 5,000 naira. It will be very disheartening, all right, if the goods I bought for 4,005, all right, and I'm supposed to make gain of 500 naira. If these goods now drops in value and customers are now coming to get these goods at the rate at which is not good for me because of value has dropped in money. Okay, now let's use a good example of dollar now. Example of dollar, you buy dollar with your money, naira. Dollar now, there was a time dollar was 750. I remember some people buying dollar and keeping it in their accounts, hoping that dollar will rise. If unfortunately dollar did not rise, all right, and they bought it for 750, that same dollar they bought for 750 now went down, and they're not selling it for 200, 300. It's very disheartening. Now, money has to be stable for a certain period of time. It cannot be stable forever. All right, just like we have how much we were selling fuel in like 1992. It's nothing compared to they are selling fuel now. All right, for money to be stable, it will enhance a lot of economic activity. All right, like using it as a what means of deferred payment. Have I raised more questions, or have I been able to answer that question, Miss?
Yeah, you've answered.
Okay, Miss Debbie. So it has to, money has to stay invalid, has to stay in shape for a reasonable period of time. Okay, it can't just be fluctuating up and down. Then it will not be accepted as a means of deferred payment. And what is money if it cannot be accepted as a means of deferred payment? So we have that as that. So we are supposed to talk about budgets this night, but it appears to be that majority of us on this stream are just like Mr. Julius. Now this is the first time he's joining our Telegram class so far on revision. Okay, and we've talked about a lot of things, and we've done almost 2 hours now. So let me just quickly brush on budget.
Sir, please
Okay.
explain.
Yes, please.
Did you have any class on budget? Because I just have 2 lines here on budget.
No, nothing on budget yet.
Okay.
Okay, so there's really nothing much on budget. Okay, but let me just quickly brush on it because I think it's in 200 level we'll do more on budget and budgeting, but not in this level. Okay, just like we have in 100 level, we talked a little bit of micro and macro. All right, and it's more of macro and micro now. I think the next one you'll be doing should be more of budgeting and the likes. So we have budget. All right, we can refer to budget as a what? A document that what explicitly, all right, describe the spending decision of the government. All right, a document that explicitly describe the spending decision of the government. All right, when we say spending decision, we're talking about projected revenue and the source. All right, what government intend to spend, all right, in a particular year, and how it intends to get this revenue. All right, so the keywords here are something, a document, could be a statement, could be anything. So far it's what explicitly describes. The keyword here is government spending decision. All right,
So please, what area is? Please, sir, what area is? Budget is said to be the document that explicitly describes the spending decision of the government.
Okay.
Is there anything bad?
Yeah, you are in line.
Okay.
But I'm only trying to explain what you have just said. All right. So don't limit yourself to just a document. All right. So what if the word document was interchanged for something else? You get confused? No. The keyword here is anything, all right, it could be a document that explicitly describe the spending decision of the government, all right, what it intend, all right, to achieve, all right, the projected revenue and sources, right? It can even come out in the sense that dash is said to be the projected revenue and sources or source of government spending. Then you still know that, okay, that has to do with budget. Now, we have, in line with that, budget is needed to what? Perform some allocative function. All right. When there is no detailed decision on how government is to carry out some projects, all right, and how is to get its revenue, then allocative functions will be very difficult, will be almost impossible, because allocative function is based on available resources, all right, it's based on available budgets. And that's why you see yearly you keep hearing budget for security, budget for education, budget for aviation, budget for this, budget for that. All right. And there are 4 characteristics of budgets. All right. They are: 1, equilibrium. All right. There must be a balance between revenue and expenditure. Now, when we say equilibrium, what are we even talking about? This is a point at which, in economics, we say, okay, we call point of equilibrium where demand and supply meets. All right, that aggregate or that acute point where demand and supply meets. Now, when we now say equilibrium, talking about budget, meaning that revenue must commensurate with expenditure. Expenditure cannot be too much. It's not even possible. Your expenditure can only be upon available revenue. And that's why we said something about the budget here. We said describing the spending decision of government, all right, via the projected revenue, all right. That budget now, that spending decision is solely determined by the budget. And this budget now is talking about available resources. Are we together? So now, one of the first characteristics
excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
What I am trying to understand about, are you hearing me well?
Loud and clear, sir.
What I am trying to understand about this budget is that there is a written document. In this written document, it states the plan and the focus, the objective of the year. Where they have their plans of what they're going to invest in every sector, and it's listed how much they want to invest in education, how much they want to invest in health, how much they want to invest in that is in government economy, like pumping money into the economy, or how they want to help any plan that government is putting up in that year. Everything is included in this budget. So it's a written document that government follows to achieve its objective in a certain given year. Thank you.
Yes. So on this budget is solely dependent allocative function. All right. If we are to give so much amount of allocation to this ministry, all right, budget has to specify that this goes to this gets this. So we can say it is the holistic, all right, plan of how government intend to spend, all right, intends to allocate its resources. That's another definition to it. All right. So we have one of the characteristics that we have mentioned. We have equilibrium, all right, which we said there must be a balance between the revenue and the expenditure. We also have comprehensiveness. When we say comprehensiveness, it must take care of all factors of the economy. All right. It must put into consideration all facets of the economy. And we have unity. All right. All fiscal operations are spelled out in the budget. All right. And we have periodicity. All right. The Nigerian budget is usually read at the beginning of every year. All right. Periodicity. Talking about when, right, the period at which budget is being prepared. All right. We have that as that. Okay. So we also have something called budget surplus. Okay. And when we say budget surplus, we are talking about a situation in which income exceeds expenditure. All right. Income exceeds expenditure. Then we refer to that as budget surplus. All right. And when we have budget surplus, all right, we also have what is called budget deficit, which is the opposite of budget surplus. All right. So if budget surplus is income exceeding expenditure, then deficit would be expenditure exceeding income. All right. So we have that as that, and we have balanced budget, a situation in which the financial planning or the budgeting process where total revenues are equal to or greater than total expenses. All right, I think this is more of the point of equilibrium where expenses and revenue meet. Okay, then we can refer to that as a budget or balanced budget. Okay, so that's
Sir, please, a little
actually
bit fast.
okay. I'm a little bit fast. Okay, let me take that. Should I take it from budget surplus or deficit or the last one, budget balance?
From deficit, sir.
Okay, now when we say budget deficit, all right, it simply means when the expenditure exceeds the revenue. That's where we have some balancing up to do. Okay, expenditure should not exceed revenue. Okay, but in a situation whereby expenditure meets with revenue, then we can refer to that as budget and balanced budget. Okay, when the expenditure is no more than the revenue and the revenue is not less than the expenditure, it meets at that cardinal point. We refer to it as balanced budget. Are we good to go?
Yeah.
So that will be all for tonight, and we really discussed a lot.
Please excuse.
Please,
After this,
please.
after this budget deficit, you said something.
Okay, which was?
No, you said something after budget deficit.
I said
Please.
balanced budget.
Okay.
Okay, did you get balanced budget?
No.
Okay, somebody else wanted to say something before Miss Debbie asked a question. Okay, now
Please,
when I say
I want to ask a question.
okay,
Please,
who is
did you
that?
say budget is needed for allocative functions?
Perfect. Yes, it is needed. It is required.
Okay.
You can't do any
Please, what did
allocation
you say
without
about
budgeting.
what did you say about comprehensiveness? This must take care of all what?
All facets, all right,
Of all
the
the
economy.
what?
Facets, all facets of the
Facets.
economy.
Of all the facets.
Okay, so are we good to go?
You wanted to say something about balanced budget.
Okay, now balanced budget is said to be a situation, all right, in financial planning or budgeting process, all right, where total revenue are equal to total expenses. Okay, when total revenue equals total expenses, then we have balanced budget. Miss Regina,
Please,
are you
can
still
you
there?
repeat yourself, sir?
I'm here, sir.
Okay, you've been mute. That's why I just need to be sure. Balance
Hello, sir.
deficit.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
I want to ask, what do we understand by the word revenue? I'm asking the
Okay.
class, not you, sir.
Okay. So we have the question. Is anybody who wants to answer that question? Mr. Joel has just asked.
Okay, revenue is the money collected. It's just like gain.
Okay. Miss Regina has made a point. Who else wants to contribute to what she has said, or you have something different in mind? Miss Rena, Miss Mary, Miss Marianne, are you there?
I'm here, sir.
Miss Rena, okay, you want to say something?
No, you called my name. I'm answering you.
Yes, Mr. Jilas asked the question. Can you please let's have your contribution?
Okay, budget is
No, he said
it's a document.
revenue. He asked, what do we understand by revenue?
Revenue. I think revenue is kind of, is it a money set out for something?
Revenue. Like, what is your revenue for this month?
I think revenue is what you have after you've
It's like
what you have left after you've removed all the taxes and all.
Like your profits. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's money from
money.
fines, taxes,
Yeah.
fee. It's just like money you collect from people or you levy some people the tax. It's just total money that we collect as gain or profit of a company or of a nation.
Okay.
It's
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
total money that government, government, the total money government get from the individuals is like the taxes that the individuals are paying and the taxes they get from government and from companies and all. So when they put all these resources together, it's revenue that government, if you sometimes if you're a trader, if you're selling, there are these people that are coming to the shops and they are collecting. They want to collect the revenue. They want you to pay taxes and all that. So these are revenues, the way I understand.
Excuse
Thank
me,
you.
sir.
Okay.
Excuse me,
Okay,
sir.
Miss Rena, you want to say something?
I don't understand. I'm getting confused. I was thinking revenue is like total money or income you get maybe after making a sale or something. According to what I know, this one I'm hearing collection of tax and the rest of them. I don't understand.
Okay. So now what's the question? Are you trying to make a question? You want a clarification?
No, I'm saying that I'm confused.
Okay.
From what I've been hearing, I heard
Okay. You
and
say
I
from
thought
what you have been
revenue
hearing.
is defined as
Okay.
like it's just like income you make, okay, after
Okay.
making a sale or something. You understand? But tonight I'm hearing like something like collection of tax, and so I'm confused. Which one is the definition of revenue?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. Miss Mary Ann, are you there? Miss Mary Ann,
Yes, sir, I'm here. I'm here, sir.
I believe you have been following and you've been hearing what everybody said. Can you please share more light into what Miss Rena just said now? Can you please clarify, do some clarification on that?
On the revenue,
Yes.
sir, I don't
What
know. That
everybody
was
is
why I
saying,
kept quiet.
what everybody has been saying is actually right? But it's just that we have a lot of red balls mixed with yellow balls in the basket, and we're going to arrange them properly. But let's hear what you have to say on this.
Sir, I don't know. That was why I kept quiet, so I will know.
You have to say something. You have to make a contribution.
No, to be
Revenue is
honest,
not
I
a new
don't
word
know.
to you. It's not a new word to you. Revenue. When they say when like in where I was working before, whenever we want to do meeting, they'll say our revenue for last month is this, and it was poor
Excuse me, sir.
compared to December's own. Yes, please.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, ma'am.
No, for this statement to make now, it is also aligning with what I said, because revenue is like the total income generated. It is different from tax, it's different from profit, far different. So it has to do with total income you get, either from making a sale or a company's total income.
Okay, now wait to Miss Rena. When you say income, what do you mean by income?
Income is money made from sale now. Abi, it can
From
be
sales,
as a worker,
Abi.
it can be your salary, anything.
Okay,
It must
now
not be when you
let's
sell something.
okay. Now, before you can say you have made income, are there things you might need to remove? All right, before you can say, okay, this money I've made, though, this revenue that I've made, all right, I've done this settlement, and what is left mine, what is left now is my own. Does things like that happen?
Yes.
Because we all are saying the same thing here. Okay, when we are saying revenue now, let's look at it from two angles. Mr. Joelas and Ms. Regina are looking at it from the angle of the government. All right. How does government make their revenue? All right. When me and you pay tax, all right, we pay to the government. Government collect fines. Government collect levies. All right. Collect tenement rates, collect rates, levies. All right. A lot of things government used to collect. All right. All these things put together now is what government sees as revenue. All right. And is this revenue government uses to what? To keep, all right, the entire system working. Essentially, you must hear that pay your tax. That's why we have. If you pay your tax, we'll have good roads. If you pay your tax, where do you all think government is getting this money to do all these things? All right, all these things put together are the revenue government is making. Okay. Now, talking about, let's look at it from the angle of an organization now, maybe a private organization. All right, before an organization can say, okay, these are revenue for the month, a lot of costs must have been deducted. These costs, tax also will be deducted. Rent is even part of it. Overhead costs, because you pay rent per year, and it's not in 1 month you pay your yearly rent. You'll be reducing the money from the rent, right? At least I know of that when we do our meeting. You as an organization now, before you know that you make revenue, you have to remove salary you are paying your worker for that month. You remove, like we are restaurants, the things we bought to produce, because if you are giving 1 kilo of chicken in the store, you are expected to make times 5 worth of that kilo of chicken. By the time it passes through the butcher, it passes through the chef. All right, by all these things that got it already, you have to make times 5. All right, so before the organization now will say, okay, this is my revenue, for a lot of cost and expenses, all right, that make that money must have been deducted. So the remaining one now is now the revenue. So we all are saying the same thing. Money made, amount made. But before you can say this is the amount made, you must have observed a lot of deduction. All right. So I don't know if I've been able to answer this question well, or there are still doubts here and there. And if there are, let's spit it out so we can all learn together. Are we good to go?
For me, sir, I'm satisfied with the question that you've given out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. We all have I must commend us for sticking out to be in the class even up to now. This class started since 9 o'clock, and this is to 11 already. I look forward to seeing more of this in subsequent classes. Although I hope this can continue. We have classes like this, and we can discuss and talk at length. So the keynote for the course will be made available as soon as possible so that we can start preparing for our revisions, because our revisions, apart from external things I bring in, past questions here and there alongside with the keynotes, so we can have a comprehensive revision. So I'll be doing the timetable for the week tomorrow, and so that we can all get back to studying and prepare for our forthcoming exam. So thank you very much, everyone. I believe
Please, sir, before Mr. Joel has asked that question, please, I was saying that you should repeat what you said about balanced budget.
Balanced budget. What is it with you and balanced budget, Miss Debbie? Is the budget not balanced? Is your budget not balanced? I want it to get balanced. Okay, Miss Debbie, from the word balance and budget, when your expense is not more than your revenue, all right, when the thing is balanced, when your revenue is equal to your expenses, then it is balanced. And if the expenses is too much, it's deficit. All right, and if the revenue is more, is for surplus. Yes, it's like that. Is your budget balanced now?
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much.
Sometimes all this big English used to confuse us when they say budget balance. Balance is when everything, if you put something on a scale and they weigh 0 on both sides, then it's balanced. So balance is when we think very well and try to understand the English term, it makes it more easy for us to understand. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mas.
Thank you, Mr. Mary, Miss Rena, Miss Regina, Miss Debbie, and Mr. Jella. So I'm going to end the recording.
Good night, sir.
Good night.